It's InGame Live Prime Time on a terrific Tuesday. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan for the next 2 glorious hours right here on SportsGrid TV as we take it at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, watching and, more importantly, betting on the world of sports. Yes, it's a beautiful thing. Little NBA, a couple of college basketball NIT CBI games maybe we'll delve into. Full slate of NHL. We got same-game parlays, we got Black Clouds, Dave, and we got one of my favorite betting systems, the anti-contract extension system, might be in play tonight as well. We'll get to it all over the next 120 minutes. What's going on, my friend?
Oh, not too much. Just catching up from the crazy weekend of, is it March Madness if there's no real upsets? Like, all my bookmaker friends are crying that all the favorites won over the weekend, 15-1 straight up, 11-5 against the number. The public, the people, everybody had a great weekend. We got baseball starting in 2 days. Did our parlay survive? Did all of our picks for our S&W parlay, are we still good? Like, we didn't have Kentucky in there. We didn't have any. No, like, we're good. We're still alive, right?
Auburn. Yeah, we're still good. The only one I kind of regret, but, in the end, maybe not. We didn't put Gonzaga in our always choke parlay. We took the Dookie Pukies, which is okay, but
we're there.
But the Zags are looking pretty good, though. But can't have them all, right?
What do you mean? Duke's a 4-point dog against Houston, and the Zags are 5.5. I'm good with our spot. We're live.
That's true.
We can get there. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
We're good.
But I think the Zags have a better chance of being. I don't think. Well, I got to tell you, watching that Houston Cougars team, boy, when you talk about the most overrated backcourt in the history of mankind, these two guys couldn't handle pressure, Cryer and Shed, if it came from Topeka High. I mean, turnover after turnover and after turnover. And the biggest Bo said, Dave, in the first 4 days of this NCAA tournament has got to be Buzz Williams. I mean, I hate to call head coaches idiots, but this guy is a moron, right? He puts pressure in the final 2 minutes. Houston couldn't handle it. They turnover after turnover, right? They blow a 12-point lead in a minute and a half. And what happens in overtime? When 4 guys from Houston have found out, you would think the guy would continue to put pressure on, right? No, he calls off the dogs. He's got a bunch of white guys on the court for Houston, for goodness sake. That's how far down the line they went to get people on the court. And this idiot doesn't a full court press like he did for the final 2 minutes. I mean, what are you doing? Hello, are you watching the game, coach?
Hold on, everybody breathe. Hold on, like I didn't know that we were coming with this kind of heat. The show just started. You bring it a passion. I feel like I'm on the court with you right now. Jeez, 20-second timeout.
Stupid, right?
Calm. 20-second timeout. Relax. It's okay. It'd be all right if Houston loses the next game. We got Duke. It's okay. You see it all the time, right? You get put in these positions, and then what got you in that position, you stop doing. It's so weird. You see it all the time. The end of games determine how many games came down to the last 2-3 minutes. Basketball games. The college, this is the tournament. This is March. I love this passion. I love this heat. Did you walk to the studio today? You are full of energy like that. This terrific.
I've been sitting here for an hour waiting for the show to start. I got nothing going on, right? So it built up, I was thinking of my wife the whole time. It just getting built and built, and the anger grew and grew and grew. So I had to let it out. These guys are smarter than us when it comes to X's and O's, Dave. I get that, but And what's funny is the first time they met this year, the same exact thing happened. A&M fell behind by 22. They put pressure on the final 3 minutes. Houston blows a 22-point lead. They end up winning the game, but still, they blew the lead turnover after turnover after turnover. Everybody is fouling out for Houston, so what does he do in overtime? He says, go ahead, guys, walk the ball up the court. No problem. We're going to fall back on defense. Is anybody home? Anybody on that Texas A&M bench? And I had Houston in the survivor pool, right? So, it's almost like I was rooting for A&M in the in the overtime because They were so dumb with their coaching decisions. But I digress.
You did a survivor pool for the madness? You pick one game?
Yeah.
One team?
Yeah.
Each round?
Yeah. It's hard college basketball. Not like football where you have 30 teams. And while you lose teams that you pick, you still have, 25 teams every week. We're losing teams because they're getting eliminated. So you got to strategize it out on when you're going to go here or there. And I kind of chickened out on Sunday, and I just said, let me just give Houston, because we had all the other number ones still available. All the number twos were still available. So I still had a lot of good teams. But I didn't have the guts to take the Dookie Pukies against James Madison. That's where I should have probably gone.
Yeah, but Duke was the choice there. We did not pick Duke in ours. I'm also in one. Well, that's good to know.
Oh, yeah?
Because tomorrow we'll try to come up with a survivor pick. I have to pick a winner every day. So we had to have one Thursday, one Friday, one Saturday, and one Sunday. And now on Thursday, I have to pick two. I have to survive with both teams. And then Friday, I have to pick two in the survivor. Oh. Yeah, to get to Saturday. So I'll give you all of my options tomorrow. That's really going to be one of those tough spots. Did you look at the NBA tonight? I mean, there's one really good game. I think this Pelicans Thunder game. Tough game, Wetzel. I really didn't know what to do with it. I'm leaning Pelicans. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go, right? The first game was unbettable because, Golden State was taking on a team that wasn't playing anybody. Miami sat basically the whole freaking team, except for Rozier. All the others are all out. So I'm surprised that line stayed at 4.5. And then you got no LeBron for the Lakers, and they're getting crushed in Milwaukee right now by 15-plus points. So, the Pelicans one, that's the one. Even Dallas-Sacramento later on tonight should be pretty fun, a high-scoring game. But, the Pelicans are quietly, winning, and no one's paying attention to them. And, you're picking all kind of underdogs and everything else. By the way, our 16-1 shot on Houston is looking better and better.
Every day.
Remember that little bet we had for the Houston Rockets to make the postseason?
It's like the black cloud sometimes. It's better left unsaid. We can just talk about it and move on. I've been telling everybody about it. I've been saying this guy, Wetzel, that I do the shows with on Tuesday and Wednesday, told me about this Hawks thing way before anybody else did. They haven't lost since. I don't want to jinx it, but they haven't lost since you said it. Not one time.
And they've covered 13 in a row. On top of that, not only have they won 9 straight, but they've covered 13 in a row. If Golden State loses tonight, and I don't think they will, but who knows, then it would be tied for the final spot. Although Golden State would hold the head-to-head advantage, so it's really not tied.
That's the catch.
That's the catch. Yeah. And that's why we figured out last week that's why they were getting 16-1, because they were actually an extra game behind. But that's okay. We're in the battle there. We're in the hunt for sure. So, all right, in-game live just getting underway.
Where he is. He's not in the low block. Hey, he's on the wing.
Yeah, but he's back.
He pounds in. He's throwing elbows, too.
That's a man move.
That's a grown man move, but he's throwing elbows. The steal. The foul. No call. No call.
Look
the Silver Fox missed another one. The humanity.
In the corner, Caleb Love, the arms are up. Come on, I haven't had a touch in a minute.
25.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Betting in game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the number so often. Like I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot, and I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like technology can only travel so fast.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the rim.
All I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live. PrimeTime.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live. Overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live, prime time, right here on the grid. Just getting underway. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan. We got a big slate of hockey tonight, Dave. We got 4 basketball games, typical NBA. We got a couple of college goofy games, CBI, NIT, if you're going to get into that sort of thing. I say typical NBA just because, although Lakers making a bit of a run, I actually played a hunch, believe it or not. I knew LeBron wasn't playing. And, typical NBA said, you know what? Chances are the Lakers are going to make this a game. So they're only down 12 now. They were down big earlier, but they cut it to 12, 37-25. You got Miami. Oh, look at Miami. Whoa. Look at the Heat playing with a bunch of Topeka High grads, leading the Golden State Warriors 29-26. Yes. I mean, there's no way Miami can lose that or can win that game, right? I mean, they got nobody. There's no Adebayo. There's no Butler. There's no, they got nothing. You and I could be playing for them. And at OKC's off to an early start.
Any shots off. I got to be perfectly honest. I don't think I could get a shot off with any of these guys on the court. It'd be tough. I mean, if I have an open look, I might make it, but it's going to be tough. I can't believe the steam that was on Golden State. How could you trust this team laying points on the road against anybody? Even at Topeka High is a hard place to play, let alone Miami, still playing for a little positioning and something. I don't know. Didn't like it. Didn't even want to address it. I'm glad you didn't. We'll just keep an eye on these scores. I mean, it might be a betting opportunity to jump in on another under in that game. I mean, Golden State and Miami are on an under pace already. Might be time to go under again.
Yeah, especially when Golden State, I love the fact that they sat Curry last game, fourth quarter, half the quarter against Minnesota. And afterwards, they asked Steve Kerr, hey, Coach, what are you doing? You lost the game here. You're battling for a playoff spot, a play-in spot. And he just said, you know what? I'm tired of having Steph Bayless out. It is what it is. And so he made it seem like he's not changing. And he made it seem like he really doesn't care about making this play-in game situation. Maybe after 70 games, reality is set in with Golden State. I kind of thought this would happen to the Lakers. But, I think the Lakers always think they can win. LeBron always thinks, get me to the postseason when AD really starts to play. But maybe for Golden State, Kerr's just like, you know what? We're not going anywhere. So I'm not going to kill Steph Curry. If we'll play him a half the quarter, and if we don't make the playoffs, we don't make the playoffs. But that was very, in a game that they lost, best players only playing half the fourth quarter. Really?
Got to keep an eye on that situation. We got to keep an eye on that situation.
Can't bet them.
Yep.
Can't bet him, right? I mean,
no,
can't trust him.
Nope, not at all.
So,
not at all. Did you get this? Did you get these baseball futures? Did you get the memo? Did you hear? Did you look at any baseball futures yet? Have you heard?
I
apparently.
I heard baseball's supposed to start on Thursday. Someone told me baseball season is starting on Thursday. I got to get to my interpreter to figure it out first. But yeah.
Whoa.
It's in the script.
What
it's
other
in the
language
rundown
do
by
you
Matt.
speak? I had no
Matt
idea.
Put that in the rundown.
I had no idea you spoke another language. Have you ever spoken another language for real? Like you have not.
Pig Latin, in high school we also used to speak Pig Latin, but
kids Google what the Pig Latin is.
Yeah.
Again,
Google Pig
Wetzel,
Latin.
you're making these references. Nobody knows what the Pig Latin is. Who's going to win the American League Central? Seriously, who's going to win the American League Central? Any idea?
I would say Minnesota, but that's a crapshoot. I was all over the Guardian Indians last year, right? And that didn't work out well. So I'm not going to fall into that trap again because they didn't do anything to really improve themselves. So that's really Minnesota's division. I think it's to the point where if you're a Twinkies fan, forget about winning the division. That's almost a given in that league, in that division. But, how far are we good enough to really compete with Texas and the big boys, the Houston, Red Sox, the big boys?
There's a lot of people out here in the desert, guys that I know and respect. They've been betting the Detroit Tigers to win a division for multiple years. This is one of those things. They're going to be right one of these years. But the real surprising one for that division has been the love for the Kansas City Royals. I just got off Game Time Decisions with K-Dub. He went under the Kansas City season wins. He's the only person that I've talked to so far leading up the baseball season that has under Kansas City. Very popular choice to win that division, to go over their season wins. I think it's more wide open than you think. I don't think this is Minnesota's it's just an automatic laydown. I think there's a lot of questions. What about the American League West? That one is not as easy to decide.
No. Used to be easy. Used to just say Houston, right? Absolute.
Yep.
But now with the Rangers being the world champs and fortifying their situation, I mean, it's tough not to like the Texas Rangers, right? I mean, the World Series champs, they got this kid from the minors that's coming up that played in Florida. Is going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. I mean, that lineup is going to be second to none. That's unless they get a World Series hangover, that's going to be good division race, Texas and Houston, like it was last year.
Texas and Houston, you keep forgetting about Seattle. Seattle, you just what? What?
Same thing. I was all over them last year because I had them second half of the season 2 years ago. So I bought in last year, and the pitching staff on paper is really good, and it is good, but their lineup stinks, Dave. They can't hit the ball. They got no bats. Outside of Rodriguez. They got one guy, one or two guys in their lineup. They can't compete with Texas and Houston when everything is said and done.
The funny thing about Texas is they got DeGrom and Scherzer in the back pocket, like waiting to come back. What if that's their addition in late July or early August, or if they come back at all? I mean, they're going to get quality starts, but I don't know. We got our guy, Pisapia. Joe, what did he have to say about the Seattle Mariners?
Again, I always pick a theme. I always pick a team that I think is right there. I think the Seattle Mariners at 20-1 to win the World Series, and they have a great opportunity to win the American League too at plus 900. The Seattle Mariners are a team that's one bat away. If that bat is Eloy Jimenez, if that bat is Pete Alonso, they're going to make a deal. They have the prospects to do it. You put one more bat to protect Julio Rodriguez, lengthen that lineup. The Seattle Mariners could be a lot to handle because of the depth of that pitching and what they might be able to do with Julio winning MVP.
All right. Listen, I kind of agree. He's really echoing what I said, right? They need another bat in that lineup. The pitching is there. No two ways about it. Every time they get a great bullpen guy, they trade him away. So you got to make sure they got someone on the back end of that bullpen. 9-1, nice odds. But honestly, am I going to do it, as I always am with you, right? Here in March to collect a 9-1 ticket in, October?
No.
Nah.
That's not your style.
Not enough.
That's definitely not your style. You're definitely not going to do that. Can't even pique your interest. Don't blame you. I went up to Seattle last year and saw them play the Pirates, 3-game series, doing some stuff for the Buccos. We had a great time. Seattle's a great city. We had a wonderful time at the ballpark. Went to all 3 games, sat in different places. The All-Star game was up there. I chose not to go, but we are all about the Mariners in this house. The little one has become a Mariners fan. It's amazing what happens when you take the kids to the stuff and they see it in person. So, their other team was the A's because they go to the Aviators games here in town, so they know half the players. And the little one said, the A's always lose, Daddy. I'm going to pick the Mariners. So, Pisapea's little consig, my 10-year-old's believer in the Mariners. We'll see. Somebody's got to knock Houston out. I don't know. I don't know if the Mariners have enough.
Yeah. Well, at least your kid's smart enough to know not to be following the Oakland A's anymore, or at least he knows that he's better to be a Mariners fan than an A's fan, right? I mean,
yeah.
Between but between the A's and your influence, no doubt, with the Pittsburgh Pirates, I mean, you got your kids are going down the wrong hole here. Maybe the Pirates will be good this year.
If you're watching the show right now,
I did see that head-to-head bet, Pirates and Royals.
Don't listen to Wetzel right now.
I do love the Pirates in that one. Yeah.
Pirates are going to be okay. Come on.
Yeah, I do like that bet. All right, more coming up.
Look where he is. He's not in the low block.
Hey,
he's on the wing.
Yeah, but he's back.
He pounds in. He's throwing elbows, too.
That's a man move.
That's a grown man move, but he's throwing elbows. The steal. The foul. No call. No call. The Silver Fox missed another one. The humanity.
In the corner, Caleb Love, the arms are up. Come on, I haven't had a touch in a minute.
25.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Betting in-game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the number so often. Like, I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot. And I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like, technology can only travel so fast.
Sports Rage Late Night. Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the rim.
All I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart Team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live. PrimeTime.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live. Overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back. In-game live, primetime, right here on the grid. Watching all the action, including 4 NBA games. One that's yet to get underway, which is the subject of our SGP same-game parlay tonight. All right, we'll keep this one nice and simple. I'm not even going to pick a winner in this one. All I just want are points, and more points. We're going to go to the NBA. Sacramento hosting the Dallas Mavericks. Should be a high-scoring game, I would think. I got an over-under 232.5, although I did see 233.5, but on FanDuel they had it at 232.5, so let's go over, Dave, the over 232.5. We're going to use over 32.5 points. Luka, I had his over last night. He did not come through. I only had 29, so right, doubling down. That's the Polish in me, the stubbornness kicking through. We're going to go over 9.5 rebounds, Luka, as well. I figure, you know what, if anyone's going to get, though, check that. We're going under. My bad. Under 9.5 rebounds. Yeah, first of all, not going to have too many missed shots. And then, 2, with Sabonis on the other side, I don't think he's going to go out of his way to get a whole slew of rebounds today. So a rare underplay for Luka rebounds. And then we'll go with Sabonis getting 12-plus rebounds at minus 410, or now 380, as you saw there, which is just criminal. I mean, his real number is 14.5, but who the heck would really want to lay 4-1 to have him get 2 less? But those are the numbers, so let's play it. Add it all up. Nice little fat, almost 9-1 on that same game parlay.
I'm glad you didn't involve the winner of the game. This is a really hard game to pick a winner. It makes perfect sense to pick Dallas to win the game, but the numbers telling me that Sacramento is going to win. So, what beats you here? Because I like that Luka under. Sabonis is getting the rebounds. I mean, it's the total, is it not?
Yeah,
that's really the total. It's really the only one in question. I like this.
Yeah.
Did you see the kid, the producer, come up with a pick for this? Did you see this? Did you see what he got?
Did not see this. I'm waiting. Anticipation.
Look at this.
30. Okay.
I mean, this is
35 points at plus 120.
Stubborn.
I mean, if his over-under is 32.5, you might as well grab it. Although he's kind of tailed off a little bit, right? He was on that great. I'm going to get his numbers here. He was on that great tear. He has kind of scaled back just a little. So,
has he played against Sacramento?
That he has scored 40 points.
Right. So, what was the head-to-head here? Luka against Sacramento. This is not their first meeting of the season, I'm sure. So, I like to look at the history head-to-head. If he played him already once or twice, gone over the number, I can see Matty G getting home with that play. So, this is going to give us something to watch. Use something for you to check on a train ride home. This will be good. I mean, I'll probably be engrossed in some hockey late, but this will be something to talk about this evening. I think we got a good shot. A little 5-17 heading into the madness for the weekend. This would be a good one to hit.
He's played Sacramento one time this year. He scored 28 points in a loss.
28.
Oh, actually, he played him twice, and he only scored 25.
Uh-oh.
He scored 25 in a 129-113 loss, and then he scored 28 in a 120-115 loss.
Ooh.
Which is weird. You would think against Sacramento, he'd go for 40, right?
Yeah. See, now I'm worried about the producer pick. Now I'm worried. That leads me to say he's going to go under that. Nothing personal. I'm just saying. I like the head-to-head history. Dallas got to have his game. It's a good game. It should be a good game. I think you're thinking right with the total.
Yeah. Both games went over that total, so that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I mean, on paper, right, I mean, you would think, okay, Dallas is going to be all pumped up. They really, really, really need the game. So does Sacramento. They're both fighting. One's in the 6th spot, one's in the 7th spot. So, but it's the NBA. We may find out in 15 minutes before tip-off that, half the guys aren't playing because, well, it's the NBA. But on paper,
it's the NBA.
They had pretty good games lined up for today, right? Golden State and Miami, pretty good game. Lakers and Milwaukee, pretty good game. Even the OKC, it turned out to be a pretty good game against New Orleans. At the beginning of the year, you might not have thought so, and then this one. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. What do you got hockey tonight? Big slate, 12 games. Oh, by the way, I found a new thing with hockey. God bless FanDuel. Did you see this?
No.
So they've expanded with their hockey coverage here. I like this with FanDuel. So at the beginning of the day, right, we had 12 games today. Let me throw some numbers at you before we actually look at the games.
All right.
12 games for every team to score at least one goal. Keep in mind the Blackhawks are playing tonight.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Plus 240. 12 games, you're betting on no one to get shut out, and they're giving you plus 240. I mean, I know shutouts happen, but 12 games is a lot. But I got to tell you, Dave, that's as good a plus 240 bet as I think you'll ever make, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought it would be even money. Right.
Well, I mean, you got. I don't think Columbus and Arizona late. Seattle and Anaheim, maybe we'll have to sweat a shutout happening there. Colorado could shut out Montreal. I don't think. There's the graphic for the Flames and the Blackhawks. I don't even know if we can talk about the Blackhawks. What they've done to the Black Cloud play over and over and over. The total in this game is only 5.5. I mean, this is almost like malpractice. This Matty G putting up this graphic right now talking about the Blackhawks and us needing a goal from every team. It's going to be the Blackhawks that gets us or the Sharks. That's been the bugaboo on the Tuesdays. Every time we do the show together, you find your way to the Black Cloud on one of those two teams. It's happened multiple times. I didn't even have a hood. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, the Sharks could get shut out. No, I don't think
How about this one?
What?
If we cash that ticket, right? Let's just say everybody scores a goal. I'm confident. I'm a little worried about Seattle and the Blackhawks, but at that point we could kind of hedge a little bit. How about this one? You ready?
Yeah.
Everybody to score 2 goals.
Oh.
Plus 120.
Wow.
So if you think we're getting one, okay, now we just need one more. Can everybody, that's 24 teams, can they all score 2 goals or more?
Why you always go extra? Like sometimes
I know they give it to you. They give it to you. They drag you in. You know, I just can't be happy. It's funny. It's funny you say that because I saw the 241 first, and I'm like, great, let's do it. Okay. And then I said, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Now they're saying 120 to 1 for 2 goals. Let's forget the one goal. I got 2 kids in college. 2 and 2.
You're the epitome of what this is what the customer does. This is the books know this. They got you with the plus 240. They let you in the door, but they won't let you in the room with the nice furniture. You remember that room that your grandmother had that had plastic on it all the time?
Yeah.
They won't let you in.
Yeah.
You only went in there just to like one holiday a year, and you couldn't touch nothing. Well, this is what they're doing. They're letting you in. Now you can't go in that room. Like, listen, Scott, stay with. No, don't come in here. And then you can't help yourself. And you're like, all right, every team to score 2+ goals. The Blackhawks are playing. What are we doing? You're gonna. We got to get the Sharks to get 2 goals, not just 1. I don't know if the price is high enough. Although
they're at home,
almost everybody scores.
At least they're at home, San Jose.
Yeah,
I'm worried about Seattle too. Seattle too. Whether it was like 6 in a row, 7 in a row, they're completely in the tank.
What are these?
But if we got to Seattle,
what are these
we
next
could hedge.
2 bets each game? What are these next 2? What did you come up with?
Each game to have 4 goals or more combined, both teams, plus 4 to 1.
Okay, that's possible. That's
still
not
got
bad.
Chicago. We still got the Chicago game, Calgary.
But that's a combined.
At least we have
combined by both teams, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
4 to 1.
That's
Decent
not
price.
bad. That's not bad.
And then the hook.
You just can't have any 3-1, 4+ goals. So 3-1 gets us home. Okay,
3-1
I like what you're
home.
working with there. What'd you do with the
How
last
about
one here? What is that?
Each game to have 5 goals, 13 to 1.
Oh,
that's a little. That should have been higher.
Now you've.
That should have been a little higher. You know, that should have been like 25 to 1. 5 goals.
That should have been higher.
It's easy to have a 4-1 or 3-1 game. Right.
The book shortage of a little bit there. The book shorting the price on that. That should be more. That one, I will say on the record right now, if I could bet the no, I would bet the no. Each game to have 5+ goals. I don't think that's going to happen. There's a couple matchups on here that look like 3-1 games, 2-1 games. I hope there's no 2-1 games. I hope everybody gets 2. That would be fantastic. We only got one game right now underway in the first period that hasn't got a goal so far. So we're into the second period. Is this right? The Rangers don't have a goal? That's the one?
At home?
We got to get the Rangers
Against
a goal.
Flyers?
What are we doing?
Yeah, we need that. Didn't count on having to worry about that one.
No.
5 minutes left in the second, too. At home?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we actually got a goal in all the others. Vegas has got 2 goals. All right, we're not worried about that one. Predators in the first period. So we're actually almost halfway home, right? We got 1, 2. There's 24 teams, 12 games. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're 10-1 so far.
Edmonton and Winnipeg still scoreless in the first period.
Yeah. And that might be a low-scoring game. I did like the under on that. But I like this bet. Every day on FanDuel, I think they offer it.
Look where he is. He's not in the low block.
Hey,
he's on the wing.
Yeah, but he's back.
He pounds in. He's throwing elbows, too.
That's a man move.
That's a grown man move, but he's throwing elbows. The steal. The foul. No call. No call.
Look
The
who it
Silver
was.
Fox missed another one. The humanity.
In the corner, Caleb Love, the arms are up. Come on, I haven't had a touch in a minute.
25.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Betting in-game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the number so often. Like, I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot. And I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like, technology can only travel so fast.
Sports Rage Late Night. Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the
All
rim.
I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart teams.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live. PrimeTime.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live. Overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. InGame Live, prime time, right here on the grid. 40 past the hour. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan, here till 10 p.m. Eastern time, watching and betting the world of sports. And good news. Talking a little hockey here. We found a new little bet on FanDuel that we like. And one of them is getting that much closer to actually cashing, which is a long ways away. But the New York Rangers did score a goal. So now we got 11 teams or 10 teams, 12 teams, whatever it is, down. And another 12 to go for everyone to score a goal, plus 240. And we're doing pretty good with 2 goals. So let's talk a little hockey. Let's bring in our man, George Kurtz, talk a little NHL. What's going on, George? How are you tonight?
So far, it's all right. I'm on the Rangers tonight, so it's nice to see the Rangers every time I bet them. I don't know why I do it. Do you have a team that you lose every time, that you still bet them for some reason? The New York Rangers are that team for me this year. They rarely lose, but man, when I bet them, they play like dog do.
We're going to need to put that in a group chat here between the three of us at least, and involve Matty G. If George, if you decide to partake in betting the Rangers, you must alert us before puck drop so we don't get involved if that's your team. But I know you like the chalk, and we came up with something. We were looking at the games. Wetzel has this great bet going now, so I'm watching these games. I'm looking at these goals. But Matty G asked me earlier today and said, come up with something for hockey. And I said, this would be perfect time to talk about it with George. We're going to play a game. The kids play these games all the time. Either, neither, or both, okay? You got not one, but 2 gigantic chalk favorites today. The Avalanche at home on a great winning streak against Montreal. And then tonight, the Stars at San Jose. Who will lose tonight between these 2 monster favorites? Is it either, neither, or both?
No, it's like a game show. I'm going to go. Listen, it better be neither. All right, because I'm on both. No shock there, I know here. Now, not on the money line. Not on the money line. The Avalanche, I have them winning, and Mikko Rantanen, anytime goal. Same game. I think they'll score a bunch of goals tonight. McKinnon, you can go that way as well. McKinnon, 76 points in his home games this year so far, right? Hasn't missed yet. 76 points. That's not a bad year for people. Total, more or less, McKinnon in just his home games. Dallas is a little tougher here. I wanted to parlay them with another team. I really didn't find anything I liked. I don't know if I have enough faith in Calgary tonight. For some reason, it just bothered me. I know they're playing Anaheim. It just bothered me. So I went with Dallas on the goal line here. So I went with Dallas on the goal line to win their game. So I'm on both, but in different kind of ways, not the money line. The Colorado anytime goal scorer with Rantanen and Dallas on the goal line.
I will tell you this, guys. We got 2 things. I'm going to go with neither. How about that? Although I'm going to hedge a little bit. We got one of my favorite betting systems in play. We got the anti-contract extension system in play for Colorado or against Colorado. They gave their backup goaltender a new fat contract today. He's starting today. Always. And this guy's a rookie, right? So, he hit the jackpot. You think he's worried about facing some dopey Montreal Canadian team tonight? No way. He's counting his money. So I'm going to take a little flyer on the Canadians, and then I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to grab San Jose plus the 1.5 because 9 out of the last 10 meetings against Dallas, San Jose is either won or lost by 1 goal. So they play Dallas tough for some goofy reason. Maybe that's the rivalry. Who knows? But 9-1 on the puck line, San Jose is actually covered. So I won't take them to win. If you do, it's like 19.5 to 1. But if you take Montreal to win and then the puck line on San Jose, you're still going to get about 10 to 1 or so.
Wow. So you think they both one loses? Well, you think one loses
and one doesn't win by a goal and a half.
Wow.
Good luck with that.
I didn't see that coming. I don't think there's a chance.
See that coming, Scott.
Anti-celebration, anti-contract extension. It's a solid system. I'm telling you, it doesn't get a lot of publicity, but it's a solid system.
The anti-celebration I kind of agree with.
This is, the celebration one. I know, but I don't know. I you got me all thrown off. I can't believe this. I expected you both to say that neither one's going to lose. I expected the Colorado in regulation play from you. I did not expect Montreal is going to end the streak. That out of the conference game. I go, what? I can't. Listen, I got a guy. His name, I call him the Palmetto Yinzer because that's what he calls himself. He's a Pittsburgh guy. He's watching a show down in South Carolina right now. He texted me and said it's Happy McKinnon and McDavid over 1.5 day. It's McKinnon 8 in a row over 1.5 points. Figured one of you to come with that. You're picking the Canadians. I'm completely thrown off. I don't even know what to say to you right now. Did you give George the bets? Can we get that graphic back up, Matty G? Flash this graphic up because of the total bets, not of the player special. We need the one that Wetzel has all of his bets with this FanDuel
the goals and stuff
that he found. With the goals, we need that one back up. George, every game, somebody scores a goal. Look at this price. Would you advocate this play? This is a good price, is it not?
This is a very good price, right? It's going to get shutouts hard in the NHL. And there are a lot of good games tonight. I think if you're worried about the shutout, it's more the late games. I don't think you had any problems with the early ones. All right, too many good teams here. The late games, though, when the bad teams play. All right, so we got to get through San Jose. No matter what you think against that, we're still going to get through San Jose. Got to get through Anaheim. All right, I think that's the ones you worry about there. But, yes, I like the play because it's really difficult to get a shutout. It is. And there aren't too many great goaltenders in the NHL anymore. Right? So, yeah, I like the play as well. I didn't play it tonight. I didn't think about it tonight. If I would have heard about this, I would have thrown a couple shekels on it. I would have plus 240 for every team to score a goal. Why not?
How about every team to score 2 goals, George? 120 to 1. I know we're pushing the envelope here, but if we're going to get one, why not 2, right?
That's one where I have no problem throwing, you want to throw $20 a fine, but it's not one I would expect to win or say, hey, you got a good chance of winning this. That's a little tougher. Once again, you got bad teams in the NHL. They aren't going to score a lot of goals. Dallas is tough to score against, man. And I know you think that thing's going to be closer here, but maybe not. Maybe not. We got close plays tonight.
We got to worry about the Chicago team too, George. Like
they're playing better of late, though. They are playing better. So I wouldn't be as afraid of them as I would have been 2 weeks ago, where they never scored a goal. All right, where they were always 1 goal or less. So I would feel better, but there's just too many bad teams tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll cancel the game.
Yeah, it's raining.
At that, it's too bad that's not like a late game where we can hedge. We got too many, like Seattle, we got to worry, and the San Jose, we can't even hedge with Chicago. But I will say that if we're in, I at 120 to 1, I might hedge a little on the under Blackhawks 2.5 goal team total. That's the beautiful thing about it, is that all the team totals for these teams that are lousy are 2.5. So you can, you can hedge a little bit. You don't want to blow your whole 120 to 1, but.
No,
probably have to hedge 3 teams, right? San Jose.
We got to stay ready for the Sharks. That's the one we got to stay ready for. George is right. George is thinking right. Yeah. I know George will be up late. Send us a text, George, if it gets down to that. We need a goal.
Blackhawks score a goal.
Yes.
Game started already.
Look at that.
Look at that. George, you're bringing us good luck. Look at that.
They've been playing better of late. The Hawks. They're not the goal drought team they were most of the season. The last 2-3 weeks, they're not going to win a ton of games, but they are scoring some goals here. So they wouldn't be a team that I would have been panicking about tonight. They'd be up there, but they'd be in the top 5 panic, but not the number 1, 2, or 3.
Pretty good.
What do you like tonight? Some of the late games.
Well, we already discussed it, right? As far as I like Colorado, I do like Dallas tonight. I want to get Calgary involved somewhere. They were playing so well for a while. I haven't playing. Once again, they slowed down as well, but I want to get involved in them. My question is you, Dave. Do we have any faith in the Kraken tonight? Because they're that team. If I'm going to do a parlay, they're that second team that I want to get in there. But I'm still mad about Saturday night where I had them as the second team in a parlay, and they were winning 1-0 late, and then I forget who they were playing. The other team scored a goal.
It was 7 straight.
I know, but
it was 7 in a row.
I got screwed Saturday, Scott, because they're winning 1-0. Under a minute left, the other team scored a goal. It might have been Anaheim. Maybe
Arizona.
It was Arizona. Arizona scored, but the goal was waved off. I'm like, yes, going to win, waved off. But no. Arizona scores like 8 seconds left in the game, and they win it in overtime. It's like, you got to be kidding me.
I was watching the game.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I was watching the game. I had that going with the Creighton and the Oregon game. and they did score a goal and had it called back and played the entire rest of the minute without the goalie. Arizona tied it and won it in overtime. That was a bad beat. I don't know, George. I don't think I don't want to say don't do it, but we got to find something else. I mean, you might have to.
I couldn't hit click. I had it there, but I couldn't hit it. Couldn't hit it.
Don't.
How about Columbus? Columbus 6-1 last 7 at Arizona. Getting odds.
Arizona's playing better. Arizona just screwed me by winning a game. Now you want me to bet against them? No.
Can't do it. There's got to be some Wetzel first system for that. The team that just beat you in the game before, you can't bet on the next game. Something like that. You can't do it. You can't do it.
No. Whichever way I bet that's
Indiana's 5-1 against Anaheim. I will say that. They're 5-1 last 6 against Anaheim. Well, I think all 6 that they faced them. So you want to go?
No. That was the. I hate it when I'm watching a game. I see a goal score. I'm like, yeah, it's good for me. I'm like, oh, it's a replay of a goal I already know about. Nuts.
Use Indiana State as your other leg of the parlay. Indiana State's going to win their NIT game. That's a little college basketball.
Well, if I do this and they don't cover it, guess you're going to get a text from me later or a tweet from me later.
Text me. I'll be up.
You'll get one from me.
I'll be up. All right, that's fine. Text me. I'll be up. Money line. Won't use the point spread. Just use the money line.
All right. Indiana State money line. All right. I'm going to remember this. All right.
What do you think of Edmonton-Winnipeg tonight? No score still. Marquee game of the night.
Winnipeg looked great against the Rangers last Monday. They were fantastic. And all of a sudden, they've just pooped the bed since. They're terrible against the Islanders on Saturday. Lost a couple of other games here as well. So, yeah, I was on Edmonton. Smaller play, nothing big here. But 2 really good teams here. I was going to bet the over, and then I think I saw Gabe. Gabe took the under. I'm like, oh, what does he know? So I decided not to take it. So far, so good. Glad I didn't take the over in the game, which was Edmonton. I never take an under in an Edmonton game. I may not take the over, but I'm not taking an under.
Any thoughts on Boston?
They're a strong under
Florida
team, though, believe it or not.
Boston and Florida, game of the day in the Eastern Conference. It's tied at 2 after 2. You got an in-game play there. I was leaning Florida before the game. I just don't want
Same here. Same here. Okay. I was with Florida. Don't have a lot of faith in Boston. I don't think they're as good. I don't think they're as good as they were last year. I think they're starting to play down a little bit. Maybe they're a veteran team. Maybe they're looking forward to the playoffs. But I'm a little worried about Boston. Again, no shot there. And they're either going to play Toronto, who are tied with the Devils, right, with 3-3 here on the over in that game. So that's going to come in here. They're either going to play with Toronto in the first round or Florida. So it's going to be a lot of great first-round matchups in the playoffs in the NHL. A lot of fun here. But I was on Florida just like you.
Yeah. Getting some monster odds. How about either Carolina plus 172 quickly or Washington plus 3-1? Both down 1 goal.
Carolina. Better team. Washington doesn't have that kind of odds. I'll take Carolina. I want them anyway.
You just said that because they're playing the Penguins. You just said that because they're playing the Penguins. I know what you're doing. I see what you're doing, George. That's fine.
It's the Dave system.
Both teams in the Penguins showing a little life. George, great job. We'll do it again next week.
Where he is. He's not in the low block.
Hey,
he's on the wing.
Yeah, but he's back.
He pounds in. He's throwing elbows, too.
That's a man move.
That's a grown man move, but he's throwing elbows. The steal. The foul. No call. No call. The Silver Fox missed another one. The humanity.
In the corner, Caleb Love. The arms are up. Come on, I haven't had a touch in a minute.
25.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Betting in-game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the number so often. Like, I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot. And I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like, technology can only travel so fast.
Sports Rage Late Night. Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the rim.
All I heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
InGame Live All Access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart Team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
InGame Live, PrimeTime.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
InGame Live, overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live, prime time, right here on the grid. Real quickly, here are the details on that Montgomery contract that George just alluded to. Just broke a couple of moments ago. Montgomery, $25 million this year. Another $25 million this year, Dave, if he makes 10 starts this upcoming season, which, barring something really crazy, he's going to make 10 starts, right? So, Two-year contract, basically $50 million. Not bad, not a monster 4-year, $100+ million deal like I'm sure he was looking to get, but that's not too bad. 2 years, $50 million
for
Jordan
deal
Montgomery,
for the
for Arizona, right?
Yeah, that's
for
a good deal for the Diamondbacks too. That's good.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still going to be able to compete with the Dodgers, but still not too bad. All right, one of the things we like to do here on In-Game Live, offer up the absolute best bet of the night, hence the Wetzel Black Cloud as I double my bet. Time for a little Black Cloud action. All right, we got two systems here, kind of battling each other, but we can win both. We got the anti-contract extension system on Montreal tonight. We're going to play Montreal. But the Black Cloud is going to go to the same game with Nathan McKinnon to get not 1, but 2 points. Now, you may say, Scott, you're asking for a lot here. It's still minus money, by the way, minus 138. But here's the deal that we all know, right? We got that live ticket at 17-1 for him to get a point every single game. So he's going to get 1. You know how many times in 34 home games he's had 2 points or more? Take a guess. Out of 34 games,
2 points or more, I'll say 21 times.
Close. You're pretty good. 25.
Wow.
25-9. I mean, that's amazing, right?
That is amazing. Yeah.
2 points. No, not 1. So he's got a Patsy in town with Montreal, who I think is going to score. So Nathan McKinnon, 2 points or more, for sure.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back. It is InGame Live Prime Time, hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan for another full 60 minutes right here on the grid. Cam Stewart will join us in about 40 minutes. We'll go over his golf picks and anything that he has got going on. We got a little alternate universe coming up here shortly. We got some NBA games. Golden State starting to spread out its lead against the Miami Heat. We got a couple of college basketball games we can take a peek at. And then a full slate of NHL games, which we got a couple of props that we're following, including every team to score 1 goal plus 240. We got with FanDuel tonight. So, Dave, for the new viewers, what do you got on your plate so far tonight?
Fully engaged in this every team scoring now. So anxiously awaiting for the Nashville Predators to get a goal as soon as the first period is over. It looks like they're going to go in trailing Vegas 3-0. But every team to score plus 240 has piqued my interest. And one of the teams we were worried about late, the Chicago Blackhawks, already got a goal. Now we got a scoreless first period with Edmonton and Winnipeg. A little nervous about that. We got to make sure each team scores in the second period. Maybe we get a power play or two. We got to worry about that. I can't believe it. I'm watching Georgia beating Ohio State outright in the NIT at Ohio State. Ohio State was a big favorite pregame. Georgia's up less than 2 seconds to go, so we'll keep an eye on that. And we're going to have to keep an eye on Indiana State because, we gave it to George last. I mean, George doesn't even like college basketball, and I gave him a play, and he told me he's going to call me. And George is that guy that if you give him a play and it loses and he plays it, he's going to call me late tonight. So
yes, he will.
I got to sweat this now like it's coming out of my own pocket. It's just I get nervous about that sometimes.
It's true. When you offer up plays like that or suggestions or give tips, you feel responsible, right? I used to do this with my dad. I have all these great angles and stuff, and I would never really tell him because it's even though I was confident they were going to come in, but if they didn't, then you're betting a game based only on what I'm telling you, right? And that's a lot of responsibility. It really is. So,
yeah.
Who needs that aggravation if you got enough of aggravation on your own? So, how about Georgia? You mentioned it, right? Winning at Ohio State tonight, 79-77. I don't know if that game is over. It's locked on FanDuel, but they were a monster dog tonight.
Yeah, 8.5-point dog. There's going to be an inbound play at the end. Ohio State's going to have a crack at it, it looks like. So, listen, the NIT's been pretty entertaining. There's been some pretty entertaining basketball games. There's a big one tomorrow we'll talk about. Hopefully we can find Coach if he'll be able to join us. But they're playing at Seton Hall. UNLV's playing at Seton Hall. That's going to be a competitive game. And I don't know, man. Oh, it just hit the buzzer. That's it. It is final. Georgia just beat them. So, listen, It's a great time of year. It's a great week. It's the games are getting better as we get closer. We got a lot of favorites. Won over the weekend. Everybody's cashed their tickets. Everybody's pockets are flush. Books are still open. Come on in, bet hockey, and tonight score goals. We need goals. So we just need goals.
All right, let me go back to Indiana State for a second because I know you like them. They're laying 5.5 now. It was 3.5 this morning. Now it's up to 5.5 against Cincinnati. 155.5 is your total. I had Fairfield last night laying 3.5, and they only won by 3. At least this is off the 3.5, so I don't have that bad stench, in that Fairfield game last night. So I'm more inclined to bet Indiana State laying 5.5 than I was them laying 3.5. It's just like, ugh. So, but you like Indiana State.
You heard me tell George to lay the money line. I don't want George coming at me later telling me they won by 4 because he laid 5.5. I specifically said, Matty G, back me up. Vinny's there. Somebody could cut it. I said money line. I think they're going to win. I want to see them play. I'm a big Sycamore fan. I like the uniforms. I used to call my fantasy teams the Sycamores. So I want to see Indiana State win the basketball game. We got to do this alternate universe thing. We got to get this in this first segment. This kid's get right.
Yep.
Is it time?
It's time. Time to go to the alternate universe tonight. All right, this is the segment where we pick a game and we use different lines. We got the regular line, and then we use different lines to, generally put odds in your favor, although there are no rules where you can't go less. If a team is, laying, 10 points, you could take them laying 5 and lay odds. So, but you change the lines, change the over-unders if you want to, and in most cases try and put that stuff in your favor. So, I told you before about Dallas and Sandals. It's kind of a weird game. Because normally you would just say, give me Dallas laying 2.5, get it down to even money or so with the monster 4-1 favorite they are on the road. But as I said, 9 out of the last 10 meetings have been decided by 1 goal or San Jose has won. So I'm thinking they're going to score some goals tonight. We got all these props, Dave, so I'm going to forego the 1.5 and all that other stuff. Give me over 7.5 goals at plus 215. Nice little 5-4. It's got to be. It can't be 4-3. So give me a nice little 5-4, maybe San Jose or Dallas win.
Oh boy!
What do you think?
See, this is when your other bets cross you up. This is what I'm worried about, right? Because my immediate thought was 5-3. I said 8 goals. But that doesn't cover your puck line. But that gets us more goals. That gets every team 2+ goals. So I'm more worried about that plus 120. Let's get the plus 120. Let's go over 7.5. It's great minds think alike. Plus 215. Let's take our shot. Let's get 5-3 final. Dallas wins, covers the puck line. I'm on that train. I'm sorry. But sometimes we can agree to disagree. I like that. 8 goals, 5-3 final. Cardano, if you're watching, clip that one for an exact score if that one hits, okay? Make sure Mike puts that one out there because he got me that last time with that exact score prop. There you go. 8 goals, 5-3 final, Dallas.
There you go. All right. So generally don't play, exact scores. Kind of goofy to root for, but, there aren't that many scores in hockey, right? It's not like the NBA where you can pick 1,000. Even football, you can pick 1,000, right? Hockey, you're somewhat limited in hockey, right? You generally think 5 or less, so there's not as many combinations. A few.
It could be 4-3 though. Like this one could be 4-3 Dallas, like you said, the 1 goal scenario that doesn't get us over the alternate total, but this could be 4-3. So if it's going to be 1 goal, I think it's at least 4-3. 5-4 would be incredible. That would get us over that other alternate number too. Yeah.
Yeah, we need one of those Jake Ottinger performances where we see him kicked off the ice after the first period. He tends to do that every once in a while. He'll throw you one of those. He really does. It's amazing. Every Dallas game I watch, this guy's giving up 5 goals and he's lasting a period. All right, more coming up in-game live prime time.
Look where he is. He's not in the low block.
Hey,
he's on the wing.
Yeah, but he's back.
He pounds in. He's throwing elbows, too.
That's a man move.
That's a grown man move, but he's throwing elbows. The steal. The foul. No call. No call.
But look
the
who
Silver
won.
Fox missed another one. The humanity.
In the corner, Caleb Love, the arms are up. Come on, I haven't had a touch in a minute.
25.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Betting in-game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the numbers so often. Like I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot. And I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like technology can only travel so fast.
Sports Rage Late Night. Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the
All
rim.
I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live. PrimeTime.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live. Overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
I feel like this is Easter, and we're having the Easter egg hunt, and you're telling your kids you're getting warmer and warmer and warmer, and as they're looking for the Easter eggs, right, Dave? So we're getting warmer and warmer with our NHL every team to score 2 goals prop. Forget about the one. The Rangers scored not once but twice, so they now have 3. And our other little prop with the Colorado Avalanche looking pretty good, apparently.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Nathan McKinnon, did he get the goal? Have we officially we've confirmed it? We're waiting for Vinny or Matt to let us know. There it is. Crank it up,
there
baby.
There you go.
Every time McKinnon scores, we're going to play that one. And every time a team that hasn't scored a goal, please, boys, when we get off the 0, all right, we get another step closer, just give us the horn. Because Winnipeg just scored a goal. It's now Winnipeg 1-0. So can we get it again? Can we get it? Yes! All night. All night.
Nice.
All night. Let's go.
All night. Keep it going.
Nashville.
Keep it going.
Your goal.
By the way,
come on.
Nashville's down to 1, right? McKinnon scoring, smaller picture. He's now down to 6, is it? I wrote this down. 6 to go for our 17-1 shot for McKinnon at the All-Star break to have a point in every single home game. He's down to 6. But he's got a big boy coming up next home game. He's got the Rangers on Thursday. So,
monster game.
Not impossible, but still.
Maybe
we'll get the backup goalie in there.
That's going to be a big game.
Could be.
That's good.
And by the way, FanDuel still offers that bet, Dave. Oh, it's 3-1. They offer that bet. They still will give you the bet. Will McKinnon score, a point every single game? And I tell you, even at 3-1, if you didn't know we have 17-1, even at 3-1 with 6 games left now is pretty good. But yeah, we have it at 17-1 from the All-Star.
At any point, Scott, would you entertain the cash out? We're taking this one all the way to the end, right? You're not cashing.
Yeah,
this
I'll take
out.
it to the end.
We didn't come this far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, you can't do it.
No.
Although I've kind of put it in the back of my mind, because they had that long road trip right after the All-Star break. I think they had 1 or 2 home games, and then they were on like a 6 or 7 game road trip. But I kind of forgot about it, because it's only home games. So I haven't even really paid that much attention to it. It just, every once in a while you see, oh yeah, he did score, he got a point. So, but now it's 6. Now I'm kind of like, okay, at 17-1. I wish they offered you a no, but they don't. But I'm gonna let it roll. I'm gonna let it roll.
You you'll be able to bet him somewhere to not score a point if it gets to the end, and you'll get a plus. That'll be a plus price. So
yes,
you'll be able to.
You know what
you'll
his
be
number
able to
was?
make sure you don't lose no units. We're going to make money either way, but let's get to 17-1. Speaking of which, I don't know
By the
who's
way,
on
real
the
quickly,
Switch, but you got to
you know
give
what
us
his
one
number
more of
was?
these. You got to give us
Really?
one more of these.
Montreal off the zero. Canadians?
Yes. Yes. Look at this.
Okay.
We got goals all over the place. Get us home with this horn. All right. So what was your question?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I got excited.
McKinnon to have a point tonight. Minus 720. That's how high his numbers are. It's minus 720. I know it's Montreal, but whoa.
What are we doing?
So if we get it down to that last game, we really could, we could hedge pretty darn easily if it's 720.
I have never heard of that in my life. I've been in these
I looked
places
it up.
25 years, almost 30 years. A player prop in a hockey game to score a point, minus 720? I mean, just keep it off the board. That's almost insulting. Yeah. What are we doing?
And the guy cashes it in the first minute. First minute of the game, he cashes it even. All right, what's it going to be tomorrow? Or what's it going to be Thursday? Minus 9-1? Right? I mean.
Well, not against the Rangers. Against the Rangers,
probably
it might
not.
be a little bit different. Right. We have to bring that price back.
Minus 5?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be high. Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
I would think.
Ooh.
I mean, who's betting no, right?
I don't know. Our friend
right.
Dubsy's watching the show. Dubsy just sent me a text. He wanted to say hello to you. He said he might bet the no. Because Dubsy, I don't know about Dubsy.
He's a little opposite
he
pick.
knows the golf.
He
don't know the hockey.
He got hooked on that opposite picks thing. He does like going the other way on these things. So
he did. He always does that. Yeah, we got to keep an eye on him. He's doing well though. We'll have Cam later. Hopefully he'll have some golf picks for us. I don't know. I'm excited now about this goal thing. I mean, we need a goal from the Oilers, and we need a goal from Nashville. Otherwise, everything is looking good. We got goals all over the place. Yeah.
And even Flyers just tied up the Rangers. Even the 2 goals were we got 2 out of Boston, Florida. We got 2 out of Flyers, Rangers. We got 2 out of Washington, who just took the lead against Detroit. We got 2 out of Devils, Toronto. We got 2 out of the Golden Knights, Vegas. We still need another goal, 1 more out of Carolina, down 2-1 against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah, that would be the one. And the Predators are starting to bug me here, down 3-0 at home. You would think midway through the second.
No negative mojo. We got a lot of positive mojo working tonight. We got to relax. Everything's going to be fine. We got to get another goal. I'll turn on the Carolina-Pittsburgh game right now. We'll watch the Penguins blow another lead because that's what they've been doing. The other day, they had a 4-0 lead against the Avalanche on Sunday, and they end up losing the game 5-4, gave up 5 goals in a row. So all we need is 1 from Carolina to get this thing tied. Boys, stay ready on the horn. Stay ready on the horn.
I will say we gave out. I did tell George, grab Washington plus 3-1, right, and Carolina.
Yes.
So Capitals are now leading, and Carolina's still down 2-1 as we're talking about here. But they're plus 330 now with 9.5 minutes left. Even that, I might want to double down. But I did grab Washington. They were getting 3-1. It was in a second after 2. I mean, you had a whole period in a huge game with playoff implications, right?
Yeah.
Battle for that last playoff spot in the East. Yeah,
The
Florida
Capitals,
took a 3-2
Capitals
lead
going to
over
make
my
the playoffs?
Bruins.
The Capitals going to make the playoffs?
I think they will. Playing good hockey. They're 5-1. Last 6.
I think so.
They win tonight. Yeah.
I think they will.
Got to believe the NHL wants them to, right? But obviously with Ovechkin in there, much more than the Devils, that's for sure. So no one's going out of the way to watch New Jersey.
The Penguins. You always want the Stars in there, but the Penguins, we don't have to worry about them making the playoffs. I've been saying it in Pittsburgh. All my friends that are in the media there, I've been telling them for a month they're not making the playoffs. They don't want to believe it. Although this guy's standing on his head tonight, the Canes just got another shot on goal. We got to get one more goal. There's the Eastern Conference odds. I just saw them flash. Are the Panthers legitimately the favorite in your eyes? Like, the Rangers are right there. I think the Rangers price is worth a shot.
Yeah. We got them in our 3-league parlay.
We do.
Which is looking pretty good. All our teams, we talked about that. All the teams are available. Well, and obviously UConn is the main one, but so we're looking halfway decent with that. And then we got the Rangers as part of that. So, we got the Rangers as part of the always lose one. But that's okay. We're still doing. At least we got them somewhere. But yeah, the way they're playing, still getting 10-1 odds. East is going to be a battle. So will the West, for that matter.
The playoffs, if we hit the college basketball thing, the NHL playoffs on this show are going to be a major sweat. A major.
Yeah. Major sweat. You won't know who to root for.
Look where he is. He's not in the low block.
Hey,
he's on the wing.
Yeah, but he's back.
He pounds in. He's throwing elbows, too.
That's a man move.
That's a grown man move, but he's throwing elbows. The steal. The foul. No call. No call.
Look
The
who it
Silver
was.
Fox missed another one. The humanity.
In the corner, Caleb Love, the arms are up. Come on, I haven't had a touch in a minute.
25.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Betting in game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the number so often. Like, I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot, and I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like, technology can only travel so fast.
Sports Rage Late Night. Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the
All
rim.
I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live. PrimeTime.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live. Overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live, prime time, right here on the grid. 25 past the hour. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan. We got Cam Stewart coming up in about 15 minutes or so. We'll do some golf, some NHL with him. In the meantime, we'll continue to look at the board, find a couple of props here as we watch the NHL. It's we'll take a peek over at how about a little NBA action, a little college basketball. We got the Lakers down LeBron getting whacked by Milwaukee 92-74. They were kind of hanging around near the 10-point mark, but that's not going to get it done. That's early fourth quarter. And then we got Golden State by 10 over Miami, which has basically everybody out. Warriors laying 9.5 now. And really maybe the game of the night when everything is said and done. Even Oklahoma City is leading New Orleans 77-63. But I tell you, that Thunder team, Dave, they don't get a lot of respect as far as, they were 40-42 last year. And they have really just, turned it on completely. But there's such a lack of respect for the NBA regular season in general. Like, if this was like the Houston Texans in the NFL, right? Great story, right? Everyone was talking about them from, week 8, 9 on. Like, last place team and C.J. Stroud and everything. NBA, you don't get that because, the teams don't even care. The teams that care. This is my big concern as a Celtic fan. If you look at the Celtics players, they all play. For better or worse, Tatum and Brown and Porzingis for the most part, they all play and they take the regular season seriously, which is great. But that shows how good they can be. But that's against teams that really don't care. The Milwaukee Bucks don't give a rat's behind. The Miami Heat don't give a rat's behind. They sat everybody tonight. The other teams don't care about the regular season. So Boston's really not that much better than everybody else when they're really trying. And maybe that's the thinking with OKC. Like, they're really trying, but everybody else really isn't. Well, you don't really hear too much about that.
Edmonton
Who's
Oilers.
it going to be?
Edmonton Oilers.
Nice. Okay.
We only need
cross them off
a
the
goal,
list.
Right? Cross them off. All right, we got to get Nashville going. Nashville has to score a goal before the end of this hour, so we could go.
Yeah.
And somehow Calgary hasn't scored against the Blackhawks. I don't believe this. This is crazy.
After one.
I mean, and everything else has got 2 goals except these Hurricanes. That's great. All right.
Yeah.
We're looking good. I'm okay with all of that. Now, you're talking about the Thunder. I got my odds maker buddies. I call them Burnsy and Mason. They're watching the show right now. They're texting me going, tell this guy to relax. All right. One of the biggest needs in the West would be the Thunder for a lot of books. The books would be okay because ain't nobody betting them. It's one of those situations that, listen, if the Thunder can take this regular season and roll it into playoff success, take out some of the popular teams that have big numbers for the futures, you can see in the Western Conference, I mean, they're like they're the third choice as of I haven't looked at it since last Thursday. I haven't looked at the NBA stuff solid for 5 days. When the college basketball starts, it's all about the college basketball for me for 5 days. But them winning the West would be one of a lot of books' best results. At least getting to the Western Conference Finals, whether it's take out the Clippers, take out the Nuggets, take out the T-Wolves, they're going to be right. They're right there. So I'm with you. I think they're one of the best teams in the West, one of the best teams in the league that nobody's talking about.
Yeah. Well, my buddy on the podcast, Aaron, who we almost challenged him with these goofy questions, right? And the guy's a genius. I don't know how he does it, but he always comes up with the answer. So I said, I wonder how many teams win the NBA championship or even get to the finals after not even being in the playoffs the year before. NFL happens all the time, right? Baseball happens all the time. But the NBA is and he came up with the answer. I think it was only 2. The Celtic team that got Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, that was a whole transformation. That was one of them. And I think there was only legitimately only one, maybe 2 others. There were 3. That's it. All these. So it is so rare for what Oklahoma City is, maybe in the process of doing. Not making the playoffs last year, and then who knows, maybe going to the NBA Finals this year. So Well, maybe.
I will never forget that summer that Celtics team that happened. Somebody came in to the book and started betting the Celtics to win the NBA championship before the word was out. And we were all like, what is this guy doing? What are they doing? Then it turned out, they signed the big, we're like, whoa, that was a big exposure. They got some really good prices. So I always say nobody knows Squadouche, but somebody knew something that day. And put us at the 8 ball.
Crank it up! Woo-hoo, my favorite sound! Who is that?
Man!
Nice!
Predators.
Nice.
Predators.
And Edmonton scored a second goal, I see.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Predators were a big one. We were starting to sweat that one. We were starting to, little bit.
I was getting nervous. I was getting nervous.
Yeah.
I was getting nervous.
A little bit.
I was. Yeah.
Whew.
This is good. Boy, we got to get another goal for Carolina. We're this close to every team having 2 goals, at least in the first 5 games. We're early start. This is I just got the text from Bernsey. All right, Bernsey said Dallas is winning tonight and they're covering the puck line. Bernsey's a hockey guy by heart. He's enjoying the goal horn. He said, don't worry about your stars. Don't worry about this.
Yeah.
He said, this bet is fun. We're going to have to worry about the Sharks. If the Sharks get shut out tonight, I'm not even going to be able to talk tomorrow on the show.
Oh, that'd be killer.
Please, I don't even want to say it. I'm sorry that I even said it out loud. It out loud.
Yeah, you can't even think that stuff. Come on, you're pro. You know better than that.
I'm better than that. Burns,
you can allude to it. You can allude. You can say, if it comes down to this last game, but you can't say the words.
It's like talking about a no-hitter. You're right. You can't do it. I'm a big guy about not talking about a no-hitter, the perfect game. I tweeted something today from this Montreal Expos Twitter account. They do all these highlights, and it was Dennis Martinez. Remember Denny Martinez, El Presidente? Oh, yep. Man. The highlight was it was unbelievable. It was great. It was them beating the Mets 4-0. It was a glorious Al Michaels, Tim McCarver doing the game. It brought me back to being 16 years old again in the summer of 1987. Yep. What were you doing in the summer of 1987, Wetzel?
I was probably still crying from the summer of 1986 when the Red Sox lost to the Mets in a World Series, to tell you the truth.
I mean,
that was tough.
Oh, that was tough. That was a tough one for me.
Yeah, that's been my hardest loss. That was my hardest loss. Out of all the sports, that was the one. That's the creme de la creme. Nothing will top that agony. Yeah.
1992.
92 for you?
Pirates. Yeah. Sid Bream sliding home. Well, the Pirates were going to the World Series. I mean, I was at Penn State, called my dad in between the top of the ninth and the bottom of the ninth. The Pirates hit in the top of the ninth. All they needed was Stan Belinda to get 3 outs. Chico Lean made his second error of the entire season. Then he got pinched, and they brought this guy Cabrera in a pinch hit situation. And he got a base hit. And Sid Bream, the slowest base runner in baseball, scored on a single. Barry Bonds' throw was offline.
Barry Bonds. Yep.
Oh my gosh. I was in the fraternity house, and all the guys from Philadelphia were knocking on the door, doing the tomahawk chop, going, oh, I wanted to fight everybody. That one was my worst loss. That one, well, Kurtz's Islanders, David Volek beating the Penguins the next year in the spring. That one wasn't good either because the Penguins were huge favorites and back-to-back Cup champions. But the Pirates going back to the World Series. The baseball ones hurt more, Scott. Like the Red Sox one still bothers you to this day. Does it not?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I'd rather have had that one win than the 3 other World Series that we ended up getting. You can say, well, it evens itself out. Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't even itself out. Nah. It really doesn't. Nah. I was sitting there at my girlfriend's place. I tore the place apart, and then that was basically the end of that relationship. She thought I was either nuts or just like, tearing the place apart, throwing things. Yeah. Yeah, that was the end of that. So,
man, that's no good. Oh, boy.
Yeah. That was a tough one.
What was her name? Do you remember? Do you remember her name?
Yeah, I do.
You don't.
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
wow.
of course.
You got an elephant memory. That's good.
Oh, yeah. Remember her name? Yeah. Well, she was a little crazy. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. One of my all-time favorites. Yeah, a lot of fun. But she is, she would do shots of grain alcohol. Like, okay, so now we're talking like, shots.
Is this when you were at the Southern Illinois? You were to Saluki?
About a year after that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So it wasn't even in college. You didn't even have that excuse. She I did that the first time. One time I threw up about 10 seconds later. Literally. 10 seconds later. It was
good.
Oh, no good.
No.
A shot.
No good at all.
I'm like, Heidi, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I mean,
yeah. Not for me. I'm good.
Fun gal, though.
We got daughters in college. You believe this? We both have daughters in college.
know.
I don't even want to think about this. Please.
Nah, I don't even think about it. Yeah. Don't even think about it. All right, we're down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds, 2:18 for Carolina to tie up your Penguins for the second goal. I can't believe Carolina against Pittsburgh is the one that might lose
39 shots to 20. We can't get another goal.
Unbelievable. Cam Stewart coming up next.
Look where he is. He's not in the low block.
Hey,
he's on the wing.
Yeah, but he's back.
He pounds in. He's throwing elbows, too.
That's a man move.
That's a grown man move, but he's throwing elbows. The steal. The foul. No call. No call.
But look
the
who
Silver
was.
Fox missed another one. The humanity.
In the corner, Caleb Love, the arms are up. Come on, I haven't had a touch in a minute.
25.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Betting in-game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the numbers so often. Like, I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot. And I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like, technology can only travel so fast.
Sports Rage Late Night. Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the rim.
All I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live. PrimeTime.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live. Overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live, prime time, right here on the grid as we're winding down this Carolina-Pittsburgh Penguins game. And that's the outlier, 120-1. We didn't think necessarily we would get that. But, we're having some fun with that. The main one is the, get a goal in every single game. So talking a little hockey, let's bring in our hockey expert here on the grid, our good buddy Cam Stewart, who joins us every Tuesday and Wednesday.
Expert.
Yeah, you're a hockey expert.
Yeah, sometimes, Scott. Streaky. I'll say streaky. Really hot and really cold. I wish it was Sunday when everything came in, but I'll tell you, these games have been crazy tonight. We've talked about this. I don't know. I sound like a broken record. Teams down. Look at the Rangers, 5-5 game. Like, you bet these teams live, and I'll just get, Scott, before we get to the games coming up, there's 11 minutes left in the Leafs game. Give me the Leafs right now, down a goal to the Devils, plus 280. I'll do that. I like Washington live against Detroit at minus 113, and I'll take the Winnipeg Jets plus 1.5, 102. And we'll slice it to plus 360 at home against the Oilers. Lots of time there. And Montreal is taking the lead on Colorado. Colorado, a huge favorite tonight. So the dogs might be barking, fellas.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that might be barking. He's watching right now. He said he's barking. He feels your pain with the golf, dog's breakfast, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But we got really one more important thing to worry about here, Cam. I wanted to bring this up because I've been sweating this now since the beginning of this show. Wetzel came up and found a tab on the book. Look at this Tuesday NHL prop betting night. Every team to score a goal tonight.
Yes.
Plus 240.
I like
you
that.
You would bet the yes?
Yes, I would. I would bet the yes. Yes.
All right.
Every team to score 2+ goals. See, Wetzel, this is the thing about you. You're great. Like, you're already there. You got the money from the bank. Don't go back. You're fine. You're eating steaks. And then you go, you know what? I just think we can do more. It's like, you know what, dude? You don't need a box of them. Just enjoy a couple rib caps with the family and say it's been a great night. Maybe a lobster tail. You don't need to buy the whole damn truck. That's the thing, Scott. Like, I do it too. I don't know what you call me. Me and you, like, we're Gary Greed and Guy Greed. Like, I know it doesn't work. Just take every team to score. Plus 240 is good, right, Dave? Is it good?
I liked it. This is what I said when he showed me the graphic. I said, well, I like the plus 240, but you literally tried to, like you said, let's take a couple pieces of fruit out of the truck. Instead, he wants the whole truck. Every team to score 2+ goals, 120-1. But look at this other one. Each game to have 4+ goals. This legitimately had a shot. This legitimately has a shot. Like, we can get there because we got an empty net goal for Carolina or for Pittsburgh against Carolina.
Two of them.
So we're already in the barn with a 4-3 final. Boston came back and won. The Hurricanes lost to the Penguins 4-1.
You know what?
Do you believe that the Calgary Flames are getting shut out?
See, that's the problem. That's the game I'm looking at right now. I'm like, what are the Flames doing? It's 2-0 Blackhawks, and those guys are erratic. And then in the late games, like, we have games coming up. I see teams scoring. Like, Seattle and Anaheim, what do these teams have to play for? Why is that total 5.5? Am I missing something? I know what, Dave? I'm a sucker. Like Wetzel going for the big score. Give me the over in Anaheim, Seattle right now at 5.5 on FanDuel on my book. I'm going to also take the Ducks plus 164, and I'll take Columbus plus 135. Two dogs. One of them comes in, we make money, and I like Columbus, Arizona. God, track meet, guys. Over 6.5. So, yeah, and I don't even want to touch this Dallas-San Jose game, Scott. I know you might have an opinion there. Dallas minus 3.5 alt line, I'm predicting. Ooh. Anything?
No, we're going the other way. We're taking Sharks. San Jose.
Know what?
9-1. 9-1, Cam. Last 10 meetings in which San Jose has either won or lost by 1 goal against Dallas.
You know what you can get on my book, Scott? Plus 2.5 on FanDuel. I love that. I'm telling you, FanDuel Ontario. I wish you guys were here. I want to set you guys up accounts. You're getting plus 2.5 on the Sharks with like 15 cents.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
And they have plus 1.5, plus 140 right now. Okay.
Wow.
I'm in. Scott, so Dave, here's
like
me.
That.
Here's customer Cam to the window. Hello, Mr. Sharapan. How are you tonight, sir? Are you enjoying your stay at the Suncoast? Yes. I would like to bet the Anaheim Ducks, Columbus Blue Jackets, and San Jose Sharks. Please get out of my casino. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
See ya. Or why don't you just give the money to the guy with the empty Hennessy bottle?
To take your money. You're taking advantage of it.
Yeah. Why don't I just give the money? Hey, Scott,
I'm
the guy with the hat outside. Here's my $100. It's like Peter Griffin on Family Guy.
Cam, I'm writing you a comp for the steakhouse if you come up and give me those 3, and a voucher for the daily racing form in the morning. Sir, would you like to come back and bet races as well?
Yes.
This is perfect.
Right.
Nobody
got me.
comes up tonight and gives those 3 teams in the same breath.
The Suncoast gives me a jersey on the back. Lemon or sucker or tool or fool, whatever you want to put on the back, but I'm that guy. But you know what, Scott? Let's do it. Let's go Sharks alternate line tonight. Dallas played a lot of hockey. This is a game, like, what's their incentive? Like, I'm looking at some of these teams. What's their incentive to, like, look at even Colorado against Montreal? These are tough spots. Montreal beat the Kraken. Wouldn't they win 5-1 on Sunday? Like, I was on them plus 150. They're one of these teams. You never know what you're getting from the Canadians. And when they lose 1-goal games. They lose in heartbreaking fashion. So it's just something to consider. I don't know how you guys feel about these late games. Anything, Dave, Scott, like with these horrible games that I love?
What is wrong with the Kraken? They're playing their worst hockey this season. You think they're done?
Oh,
go against?
Yeah. They're fade material. Can you guys tell me a score in that Washington-Detroit game? It's off the board. Did somebody score in the winner?
It's in overtime. 3-3. It's in overtime.
It's in overtime?
Yet.
Okay.
Yep. Nothing yet.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
Nope. There it is. Capitals 4-3.
Yes.
4-3.
Thank you.
Nice.
Let's go.
I needed that so bad.
3-1 when they were down 2-1.
Good call, Wetzel.
Nice.
See, we're reading each other's mail again. See, Dave, sometimes, that one, if I come to the window with the Capitals, you're like, I can deal with that. You know, Sharks, Jackets, Ducks.
Well, I asked Scott earlier, do you think the Capitals make the playoffs?
I do. I'm starting to think they're a scary team, man. I don't know what's going on. Ovechkin's figured it out. Their power play is scary, scary good with him and his one-timers. I really want Buffalo to make the playoffs, guys. I know it's kind of like a personal thing, and for Brian Blessing and all the suffering fans of Western New York, I would love to see the Sabres just get into the playoffs. Remember, they were 16-1 a while ago, but Washington's making it very difficult. And I got to tell you, this Detroit collapse is epic. Like, they're really playing bad hockey. Like, I thought they were a lock to make the playoffs. So this is interesting stuff. I don't know how you guys feel about the basketball tonight. I'm actually small plays. I'm gonna Dave. I can't lie to you. Like, I'm like, I find a trap line in the Gonzaga ladies versus Utah. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with that. Like, I actually hit West Virginia against Iowa. I've noticed one thing about the ladies tournament. The big dogs come in, right, Scott? Because people just know the famous players, the LSUs of the world, the South Carolina Lady Gamecocks of the world, UConns, Iowa,
everybody,
all the famous players. Yes, yeah. And the thing is, all these other teams are getting inflated numbers. It didn't work last night because my game I only got plus 1.5, but that's what I'd say moving forward in the ladies tournament. Look for those big dogs, but I'll take Sacramento tonight. I know they've been playing a lot of basketball. It's a pick 'em, -1 against Dallas tonight. Small play, very small. I don't know how you guys feel about the NIT live. Indiana State, I think they're down right now. Maybe I'll take a shot with them live. What are they? Actually, I got them they were -120. Now they're -188. So I like them to come back and beat Cincinnati, but very small plays. I'm going to stick to the ice tonight, guys. Hopefully the ice is nice.
Yeah, someone gave me that tip on Syracuse. I didn't put it in. I was out of dinner. But that same kind of thinking against UConn. They didn't think that Syracuse would get blown out, and they didn't. End up losing by like 7. It was a close game. So all these inflated numbers on the women's side of things.
Like look at Rice. Even Rice against LSU. So all these teams that are like 15 to 25-point favorites, they never cover. And people blindly bet them because that's all they know, right? So I think that was a really good angle that we hit. But the books are going to get a little bit sharper after people lose their money. What do you think,
How
Dave?
about this one? The Rangers just scored. They took the opening face-off right down. Less than 30 seconds into overtime. Boom, they score. So our guy Frankie, the producer, is happy. At least the Rangers won. He's texting me right. He's not happy with this Rays outfit. Who doesn't like this Rays outfit? The Rays have gone over their season win total 9 out of the last 10 years, and the Rays are always around. This one is a classic.
I like that one the best too.
Sorry for the Yankee fans. Like the Rays may be a thorn in their side. Yankee fans like Frankie, you got to come to the realization that, like, I might have to refer to them like Wetzel does. They're the Stankies. And I know, Cam, you're all about the Jays.
We are. That's what I love about SportsGrid. We have two factions. We have Yankee fan, Met fan, and everybody else. and we're in the everybody else category, right? Like,
yeah,
I'm going to tell you something. Even George Kurtz, the thing I like about Kurtz, I know he was on earlier, he's realistic. Why the hell would I bet the Yankees at plus 160 to win the division? Are you nuts? If they take my money, you take my money. One injury, thin pitching. You're getting the Jays at like plus 380. Baltimore is probably going to win the division. They're 2-1. How the heck are the Yankees a better pick than Baltimore? I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. And I know Yankee fans, they find a way, but no. What do we think, Scott? What are you thinking?
I was going to say, it didn't make sense. We brought this up last week, guys, right? When we were talking about the LA Dodgers and how the line opened up at 105.5. Then it went to 104.5, okay. And then it went down to 103.5 last week. And we're all wondering, why would that line, the team total, obviously, for wins, go down? And then we find out this week the Ohtani stuff. I just wonder if the boys in Vegas got wind of that last week and thought this might affect the Dodgers a lot more than what people are thinking and dropped it a win.
It's a lot of things are happening, guys, right? With this NBA, the props with guys on the Raptors that nobody knows about. This is the thing. We talked about this. I don't know what you guys feel. Like, I'm kind of worried about these. Like, gambling's getting a bad rap. And you know the way these politicians are when they go, they'll use one thing and blow it out of proportion and totally, spin tails. I'd be very, very worried. Like, it's not been a great week for the gaming world right now, guys. But anyway, moving forward, I don't know. We'll have golf picks tomorrow. And I know Joe Ranieri was telling he likes North Carolina as a future in the tournament. Do you guys like anything with that? Other than UConn? Like, I got to tell you, Houston could have lost that game to Texas Tech. I'm not sure. Like, this ACC's playing well. I might have to put something on North Carolina, too. They got an inside game, and they're still like 13-1. That's a very, very solid price.
That is. That is. I'm getting a text right now from my odds maker buddy Bernsey. He said, we didn't know anything. Tell that Wetzel guy that nobody knew nothing here. We just took short money bets under. We took short money bets under. I told you this
Bernsey, sure.
I'm telling you,
under
right now.
Sure. The LA Dodgers, the team that everyone says is going to win 150 games, and they're going to lower the number. And, a week later, just like that, these news comes out. Sure, it's just coincidental.
People bet the same things all the time. That sharp money, that, bad guy money, you just give them a number, they like to bet under. So
I bet like a bad guy, Dave, but I'm holding a wet paper bag. Like, there's no money in it. It's in the rain. It's wet, and it's like, and it has a San Jose Sharks ticket stuck to the bag.
I hate wet money. That gives me the willies. People used to come to the counter with wet money. I hated the wet money.
I hate wet currency as well. Like, come on, keep your money dry. Like, there's a lot of things we can't do in life. Like wet bills. That's unacceptable. Anyway, I guess that's what we're doing tonight, fellas. Like, this hockey card. It is absolutely gross, but
we get a goal.
Good luck to you guys. I need the Leafs to tie this game up. I'm taking every team down live right now. But we're going to get it done.
Toronto 10-1 against the Devils last 11 meetings, and somehow they're losing. I think they're live bet right now too.
I watched this whole game. They've actually been great. They've been very unlucky, but they're plus 480 live. I'm in. Let's go, guys.
Worth the play.
Thanks, Cam.
Cam and Gabe, top of the hour. Thanks, Cam.
Look where he is. He's not in the low block.
Hey,
he's on the wing.
Yeah, but he's back.
He pounds in. He's throwing elbows, too.
That's a man move.
That's a grown man move, but he's throwing elbows. The steal. The foul. No call. No call.
But look
the
who
Silver
was.
Fox missed another one. The humanity.
In the corner, Caleb Love, the arms are up. Come on, I haven't had a touch in a minute.
25.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Betting in-game, there's a big difference, right? Like the computer changes the number so often. Like, I tried to get this in right now, but in reality, as I saw plus 165 in the arena, they're hitting the shot. And I'm getting this like a couple of seconds late. And even the sports book, like, technology can only travel so fast.
Sports Rage Late Night. Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the rim.
All I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live. PrimeTime.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live. Overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live, prime time here on the grid. Closing up shop. Don't forget Cam and Gabe will take over top of the hour. So I do this all the time, Dave, with Lisi when we used to do in-game live on Saturdays. I ask him, like, if I can give you a free touchdown, which game would you take that free touchdown? So with you, we got 7 teams left, right? We got the 3 games that haven't started yet, and then we got the Calgary Flames late second period now against Chicago. If I could give you one team that scores the goal automatically, boom, which one would it be? Which one scares you the most?
I mean, do we have to sweat the Seattle and Anaheim game? Can we give Anaheim the goal and just get it out of the way? Take the road team, give them a goal. I mean, although I might have to rethink this if I don't hear this goal horn in the next couple minutes for Calgary. I mean, can you believe that Calgary is at Chicago and has not scored yet? This is going to be – I'm going to go downstairs and try to have dinner with the kids, and I'm going to be watching the phone, waiting for the goal scoring to happen. I think it's Anaheim. Who is it for you?
I think it would be Calgary. Just because we got the whole 3 games, the full games. It's late second. I mean, I can't believe the Blackhawks would shut somebody out, right? But I didn't think they would shut someone out for a period and a half either. So,
are you doing the reverse
Columbus
thing
and Arizona will score.
You're doing the reverse thing, aren't you? You're doing the reverse. The more we say it, the more I can't believe Calgary didn't score yet either. I can't believe it. Chicago can't shut out anybody. I mean, how many shutouts? Look up how many shutouts did the Blackhawks have this season. I bet it's less than 5, right? It's less than 5.
I don't even know if it's 1, let alone 5.
Oh, boy.
They've only won a handful of games, so they've been shut out quite a bit. They have not shut. Well, no, they shut out Anaheim 1-0.
Okay, so one shutout.
One shutout.
They're not going to get another one tonight. I'll see you tomorrow.
No way. No way. We'll see you tomorrow.